Whatever I'm going to tell you in this video, whatever I'm going to explain you in this video can sound a little technical and overwhelming in starting, but I want you to shut your dopamine addicted brain and understand what I'm trying to say. Keep a paper, keep a pen in your hand, write what I'm saying, and by end of this video, you'll be better than 99% of salesmen, I promise. Okay, let's quickly jump to it. You need to understand concept of sales. Most of you think on a sales call, both the buyer and seller wins. No, it's not like that. It's a myth. No matter how great value, no matter how crazy value you are going to generate for your customer, for your client, until he pays you on a sales call, it's either you win or either you lose. That's it. With that being said, let's talk about types of sales. There are two types of sale, low ticket and high ticket sales. Low ticket can be $1,000, $2,000 a month. High ticket can be 10,000, 20,000, 15,000. It really depends on your service and your market prices, average, if you're selling below average, if you're selling above average. Okay, now let's quickly talk about stages of sales. There are only three stages of sales: introduction, discovery, and closing. Most of the beginners do one mistake, which is spending most of their time on introduction. Stop watching all those videos, Instagram reels, and brain rot yourself into thinking that you have to ask your prospect about the weather. You know what your introduction should look like? Hey, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing good. So, can you see me? Can you hear me? Awesome. So, do you mind if we directly jump to the process? That's it. So 20 seconds, 15 to 20 seconds. That's it. Most of your time should be spent on discovery. If you master the discovery phase of sales, you won't even get any objections. Closing becomes easy and you can charge more. Let's start with low ticket sales. First, you need to understand questions. Someone who speaks the most on a sales call loses. So instead of speaking, yapping on a sales call, most of you do that. You have to start asking more questions. And there are different types of questions also. So you need to understand what kind of questions you have to ask more and what kind of question you have to ask less. Three steps of sales call. Do not try to understand everything in one go. Just write what I'm telling you and I will explain in the most simplified language. First step is situation questions. Second step is problem question. Third step is closing. And in between problem question and closing, write implied needs. Okay, let's start with situation question. I hope you are writing. So situation questions are the questions that reveal the background information about the client, about the prospect, about the business. Write background information and write one more thing that you need to ask maximum 2 to 3 questions. That's it. Do not ask more than that because background information is not useful for you when it comes to the closing. So examples of situation questions would be, what is your ICP? How many clients are you currently servicing? It's completely different. It completely depends on the services you are providing and your niche. So just understand the core concept behind each step. Situation question, the core concept is they reveal the background information, not the problems, nothing, just the background information about the business. Do not ask more than 2 to 3 questions. Keep it like one or two. That's it. Not even 3. Step 2 is problem questions. Problem questions, most crucial in low ticket sales, self-explanatory questions that reveal problems. What are the examples of problem questions? How many qualified leads are you getting? How many clients are you currently servicing and what is your capacity to service all those clients? How much time are you spending on manual sales process? All those, it also depends on your service, but you just need to understand the core concept, which is problem questions are questions that reveal problems. You need to spend 50 to 60% of your time asking problem questions. Why? I will tell you. So I made you write one thing between problem questions and closing, which is implied needs. So to understand implied needs, you need to understand value equation. I'm not talking about the value equation by Alex Ramosi, but this is the value equation. So this is a scale. These are all the problems your client is facing. You need to understand one thing, that when your client comes on a sales call, according to him, he's not facing any problem. You have to reveal all these problems one by one. And how you reveal problems? By asking problem questions. So this is the price. The more problems you reveal, the more problems you'll have to solve for your clients. The more problems you are solving, the more value you are generating. And the more value you are generating, the more you can charge for your services. What are implied needs now? All the problems you can solve for your client are called implied needs. All the problems you can solve for your client are called implied needs. After you have discovered all the problems, after you know that, okay, now I have revealed enough problems and now the value I'm generating is more than the price I'm charging, then you just need to directly jump to the closing. Don't waste your time. Learning the discovery and introduction part of a sales call is the most easiest part. The most difficult is closing. Not theoretically, but mentally. Few of you do everything good. When it comes to the closing, you don't know what to say and how to literally transition a call from discovery to closing. How it works, this is your service, right? And there are three things your service includes: features, advantages, and benefits. Features are we do this, we do this, we do this, we do this. Advantages are when we do this, you get this. Benefits are directly related with implied needs. You have to directly correlate these implied needs with the benefits. So if you reveal the problem that they are getting a low quality of leads, you won't tell them that we are going to generate a lot of leads because that's a feature. What you are going to tell them is the process we follow, it will generate more of high quality leads, so you don't have to waste your time hopping on sales call with people who are not interested in the service. This is benefits because that is directly related with the implied needs they have. Okay, so you have to get all the benefits of your services, not the features, not the advantages. And after you have given all the benefits of your service, then just do the 1 to 10 close, or you can also. Alright, so while trimming the video, what I realized is I forgot to explain 1 to 10 close to you guys. So 1 to 10 close, I read that in Zig Ziglar's Secret of Closing Sales and also in 100 million leads or offer, I guess. So 1 to 10 close, what you do is after giving all the benefits, after you know that this is the time to close, what you say is, Mr. Prospect, on the scale of 1 to 10, how confident you are that this particular system will help you achieve your goals. Of course, they are not going to say 10, and of course, they are not going to say 1. So if they say above 5, so if they say 7, if they say 8, if they say 9, then you ask, why not 10? Then they are going to give the objections. Then you tackle the objections and then close. If they say 2, if they say 3 or 4, then say why not 0? Why not 1? So they are going to give you the benefits of your service, and then you move forward with the closing. Low ticket sales is highly basic. It's not complicated. It's not rocket science. You just need to keep few things in mind. Spend less time on introduction. Ask less situation questions. Ask more problem questions and keep on asking problem questions. Keep on going deeper and deeper until you get enough implied needs. Once your price becomes less than the value you are providing, directly move towards closing. Directly start giving the benefits, not the feature, not the advantages. Benefits are directly related with implied needs. Everything that satisfies the implied needs of your prospects are called benefits. After that, close. That's it. Simple. Alright, so we are done with the low ticket sales. In high ticket sales, there are only three new things you are going to learn about. One is implication questions. The other one is need payoff questions. And the third one is explicit needs. So you learned about implied needs. Implied needs are not literally a need. Your prospect are not going to say, oh, I need it. It's just the problems you are going to reveal from their mouth that, oh, yes, we are facing this. Yes, we are facing this. All those problems, those are called implied needs. I hope you understood the basic concept behind implied needs. So the first two steps remain same. You start with situation questions, 1 to 2 situation question. Then you move towards problem questions. So these two remains same. Now in high ticket sales, because people are spending so much out of their budget, you have to understand one thing. They already know what are the problems they are going through, but they are still comfortable with it. You have to make them realize the seriousness behind all those problems and where these problems can lead their business. So problem questions are going to reveal the problems, right? Basic problems. Let's say with problem question, you revealed around 3 to 5 problems. We talked about value equation, right? The more the price, the more value you have to generate. Right now, we were generating 5 to 6 problems with low ticket, and that was enough to charge $1,500 to $2,000. But here we are charging 10,000, 20,000. So you have to generate problems according to that. Let's say with problem question, you generated 3 to 5 problems. That's not enough. That's where it comes implication questions. Implication questions, the questions that exaggerates the current problem, the questions that relates one problem with 10 different problems, the question that showcases the seriousness of real problem. Okay, how this works? Okay, let's say you revealed a problem that they are getting low quality of leads. You can ask something like, okay, is this the reason behind you closing less clients? They are going to say yes. This is the reason behind they are closing less clients. Okay, so can this also lead to you hopping on different sales calls and getting burned out because of the quality of leads you are dealing with? And after that, when some good lead comes, you fuck up because you've already been burned out from these quality of leads. So how most of the implication question starts, reveal a problem, then you exaggerate the problem by saying, can this also affect another problem? Can this also lead to another problem? Is it affecting another problem? Is this the reason behind another problem? So from one question, from one problem, you exaggerate a single problem to 4 5 different problems. And now you have 5 problems. And if you ask one implication question on each problem, you have around 25 new problems. And these are the problems you can solve. All right, so what I realized at this particular point is I said 20 to 25 problems. Of course, I was exaggerating. You don't, of course, you are not going to reveal 20 to 25 problems. It will take you 2 hours, 3 hours. You cannot reveal new problem every 10 seconds. The main reason for saying that, why I exaggerated at that point, that you need to, those 3 to 5 problems are basic problems, those are implied needs. You need to exaggerate those by asking implication questions on them, and then now you'll have bigger problems, the same 4 to 5 problems, but they are bigger problems, because on those bigger problems you can ask need payoff questions. Then of course I'm going to explain later in the video about everything. On this chart you can see, probably it's not blur. So on this chart, this is the same process: situation question, problem question, implied needs, all that, and this is for low ticket. So what I'm teaching you is what I'm using. So yeah, continue the video. So implication questions are negative in nature. That can really ruin the mood of your prospect, and maybe he will just start overthinking, and maybe he just gets depressed on a sales call and not buy from you. So you have to lighten up his mood by asking need payoff questions. So implication questions, negative in nature, exaggerated 3 to 5 problems into 25 to 30 new problems. Now you are going to ask need payoff questions. I hope you understood implication questions. Simple definition would be, implication questions are questions which exaggerate or increases the seriousness of the problems. Okay, now let's talk about need payoff questions. Need payoff questions, implication questions, negative in nature. Need payoff questions are positive in nature. They were facing issues with low quality of leads, right? If you stop receiving low quality of leads on sales call, how this will affect your business? If you have to spend less time on all those manual outreaching, how that will affect your business? Same problems, same questions, but you are just reframing them in a positive way. Now, if you think everything is connected, you ask situation questions to reveal the background information, and then you ask problem questions to reveal problems. You reveal 3 to 5 problems, then you increase the seriousness of those problems, relate them with more different 25 to 30 problems in their business by asking implication questions. Now all these problems, 25 to 30 problems, you reframe them in a positive manner to lighten up their mood by asking need payoff questions. If this particular problem solves, how this will affect your business? Now with need payoff questions, you will reveal explicit needs. Third term, explicit needs. What I told you in the starting, implied needs are not something your prospect are going to say, I need this. No. Implied needs are just basic problems that your services are fulfilling. But after you ask them need payoff question, okay, what if you start getting more quality of clients on sales call? What if you start getting a type of client who are really interested in your service? You just need to close them and you just need to explain your services to them. So all these need payoff question will reveal explicit needs. And after asking need payoff question, they will start saying, yeah, definitely, I would love to have this particular thing in my business. I definitely want this. So now the words start to come. I need this, I want this. Your prospect starts saying this. So after revealing enough explicit needs, when the weight of explicit needs are more than your price, then you directly go towards closing. Between explicit needs and closing comes your explanation of the service. Telling you again, in explanation, do not tell them features, do not tell them advantages, give them benefits. In low ticket, the benefits were directly related with implied needs. In high ticket, the benefits are directly related with explicit needs. You have to exaggerate need payoff questions also to bring out, okay, what if we change this, how this will affect your business, and how this will affect you personally, and how this will affect your personal situation, your family situation. And all, then you are going to reveal the explicit needs, and then you are going to relate these benefits with these explicit needs. Mr. Prospect, with the process we follow, that will help you achieve this, all the explicit needs. After giving all those benefits, when the weight of benefit increases the price, you directly close. Closing, few 1 to 2 closing skills. The best one I use on a scale of 1 to 10 closing strategy. The second one is, I ask, do you have any questions regarding this? After explaining out all the questions, you just move with the closing. You say, okay, so the experience starts at this price, and after that deposit, we can start with the paperwork. Never say, okay, we charge this much. Never use the word charge. This is the fuckest word. Okay, so the quick summary from low ticket to high ticket, you need to understand the concept of sales. Either you win, either you lose. 2 types of sales, low ticket, high ticket. 3 stages of sales: introduction, discovery, closing. Spend least amount of time on introduction. Low ticket sales, the one who speaks the most loses. 3 steps of low ticket sales: situation questions that reveal the background information. Ask 2 to 3 maximum. Second step, problem questions that reveal the problems. Problem question reveals the implied needs. Implied needs are the problems your service can solve. The more problems your service can solve, the more value you are generating. The more value you are generating, the more prices you can charge. After that, closing. Always give benefits in the closing. Benefits are directly related with the latest needs you generated, which are implied needs in low ticket. In high ticket sales, there are 5 steps. First 2 steps remains the same. Situation question, background information. Problem question, problems reveals implied needs. After problem question, implication question. Implication questions are the questions that reveals the seriousness of the problem. From 3 to 5 main problems to 20 to 25 exaggerated problems. Implication questions, keep in mind, are negative in nature. You cannot directly move from implication questions to the closing because you fucked up the mood of your client after revealing so many problems. Now you have to give him the taste of dream outcome. To give him the taste of his dream outcome, you need payoff question. Need payoff questions are positive in nature. You ask something like, okay, what if this particular pain point vanishes? What if you give them the taste of the dream outcome? What if you start getting high quality of leads on calls? How this changes your business? How this particular change in business changes you personally? So that will, all these need payoff question will reveal explicit needs. They are going to say, I would love to have this particular system in the business. I want it. I need this. When you start listening to these words, need and want, I want to have this, all this, then you know that you have revealed enough explicit needs. After revealing enough explicit needs, move with closing. Closing includes explaining out your process, and this is where you start speaking. Do not give features, do not give advantages of your service, give the benefits. Benefits are directly related with the needs you generated, which means explicit needs. After that, either move with 1 to 10, either move with, do you have any questions? If they have any question, explain out the question. After that, just move with, okay, the experience starts at this. After the deposit, we can start with the paperwork. Never say the word charge. Last step, do not try to implement all these suggestions in one go. Do not think, okay, I'm going to ask situation questions, problem question, implication question, need payoff questions, implied needs, explicit needs. You are going to fumble. Everything is going to fuck up. Implement one by one. Say, in the next sales call, I'm going to ask lesser situation questions and I'm going to spend less time on introduction. In the next sales call, say I'm going to ask lesser situation question and I'm also going to ask more problem questions. In the third sales call, Say I'm going to ask lesser situation questions, more problem questions, and then I'm also going to ask one or two implication questions. Then slowly need payoff question, then slowly focus on explicit needs, then slowly focus on closing and giving benefits, then learn closing techniques. All this, if you implement, no one can stop you. 50% closing rate is the minimum. I have like 75.